breakfast today, man?
A croissant.
Chocolate croissant?
Sausage.
Vegan.
Why you say it like that?
Sausage.
Yo. It is 2022.
Yes.
The goats are back.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Meh.
You said 4 years? 2018 is the last time we had our first episode, and then life happened.
Yes.
And, it is what it is. But I'm excited. We just had a dope photo shoot with the one and only Mary Partee. Clap it up for her.
Yes.
So yeah, quick shout outs. You know what I'm saying? We want to give a shout out to Mary for killing our promo photos today.
Thank you.
And she's here right now getting some, BTS stuff as well. And then we got the boy, we got a producer now.
Yes.
Dave Benoit. You know what I'm saying? At the end, we'll do all like the social media stuff.
Well, in a space.
Yeah, in the space. Yeah. So yes. Also shout out to GR MiFi and Grandstand Pictures for allowing us in their space to record.
Tap in because they build in here, y'all. They definitely build.
Facts. So it's beautiful to have a team of people in a place to do what we're doing right now. So I'm excited.
Me too. I'm pumped.
And I got who I got in the studio. We got the visionary goat.
Hello.
Mr. George.
Hello.
And then we got Tender.
The tender goat, Sophie.
Yes.
And the one and only.
Yes.
Liberian go. I'm out here. We here. So yeah, I wanted to do like reintroductions because I remember our first episode we kind of gave like introductions in terms of like things that we do and how we kind of describe some of the things that we do. But being that it's been 4 years, I wonder if some of the things that we did before or during that time we would still describe ourselves as whatever it is.
That's a good question.
So who want to start? Go ahead, George. It's on you.
I guess I started as a writer and as a photographer. And I would say that I'm still those things, but I have a better sense of what those things entail, both business-wise and how to create from an original or authentic place. I know how to really create, it's a difference between just doing something and just something being a part of you. And you just breathe it.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And I think you have to experience life. I don't want to get ahead of anything, but the pandemic took all of us to a very dark place.
We're going to dive into that. So,
but yeah.
Hold that.
Yeah. But it's more authentic now.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's good.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like the difference with it being part of you and something that you do.
You do, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Good.
Go ahead, Tender. Go ahead, school.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like I have grown and transformed both like artistically and like self-knowing wise. It's interesting because I feel like I've known myself for a really long time, but even within the 4-course period that we haven't had the podcast.
4-course period.
Yes,
4-course, you like that? 4-course meal? Little 4-course meal?
Right.
Regardless of the pandemic, like a lot has just happened within that time period. So I definitely would say that I am completely different from an artistic perspective than previously talked about on the first episode of the podcast.
Right.
Do either one of you feel though that your ability to create is easier now? Because for me, I felt challenged before.
To create?
Like inspo?
Inspiration, but also being in creative communities or creative circles, your friends will look at you and say, okay, that's your thing. Go ahead and do something with it. Go ahead and, it's like a poking a dog with a stick. Okay, do a trick. And, and I was really challenged with that. I had talked to you about that before, Alfield. Right. And, now, like I said before, I feel there's such an authenticity to when I approach doing something. I'll just flat out tell you, no, that don't work. I don't like that.
Yeah.
This is why I don't like that. But
The confidence.
Right.
yeah, that's it. That's real good.
That's a good
Alfield?
question. I like the word refined.
It's a good word.
That is
Yeah.
dope. That's
So I mean, I would definitely say like,
that's really good, man.
so I like to, I would probably say like creative is the word how I would describe myself in a sense of, so I mean, I do photography, I do write, I have done some like managerial type stuff.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it's like creativity is the umbrella and these things just kind of come out of that. So
Nice.
I'm a creative,
Mm-hmm.
and I, make pictures.
Yeah.
Or I do write poetry. I do, write in general. So for me, I think it's been like, that's the word that I use as a descriptor. And
That's
those
good.
things are just the mediums by which the creativity comes out of.
Dope.
You know?
Dope.
Yeah, that's great. I feel like that's a huge part of being someone who's creative. Like we are constantly wanting to try new things and figure out what it is our actual purpose is. And the fact that can constantly change and we can constantly refine that has a lot to do with
Well,
the things that we are putting our energy into.
but with Sophie, with you, is that where like all of a sudden you're Chef Ramsay all of a sudden?
So that's the question. Because
is that where that came from?
I'm just thinking
Yeah.
like to the descriptors. I had like painter, photographer, graphic designer.
Yeah.
Me and George might say, because you out here modeling, you do modeling.
She
and
does
even,
model,
even
y'all.
before like 4 brands, like
Yeah.
it was just
Yeah.
from our point of view, it was just effortless. You're
I
just a
appreciate
natural.
that.
Absolutely.
You're welcome. So
So
I
that's
guess
kind
would you add that to the
And
list of things?
And see, that's why I kind of said what I said as far as like the self-knowing aspect of the whole thing, because when it comes to titles and labels, not that it's necessarily like a box,
Right.
but I've never really been someone that is just like one thing. I enjoy being like multifaceted. So it could be like next year I am back on the graphic designing tip, or it could be next year I'm not taking as many modeling jobs, or it could be I take a year off from painting or doing certain projects. But I don't think that should define me as a creative person.
That's what's up.
So personally, when we talk about like the Gordon Ramsay situation,
Chef.
I'm constantly inspired and I want to do things in different ways. I want to show that creativity in a bunch of different ways. I don't want it
And
to
that's
just be
just
like,
right.
oh, I'm inspired, so I have to go to the canvas and I have to like put it in paint, or I have to pick up the camera and I have to shoot something. Like I want to be able to go in the kitchen and be inspired to make a meal, or I want to be able to go for a walk and be romanticized by that walk and enjoy a creative walk based off of like the playlist that I'm listening to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I want that creative outlet to be in every move that I make.
But so for you to transition to the other outlets, was it just fluid? I mean, was it conscious? Was it intentional, or did it just happen?
So it was definitely conscious and subconscious, because there's definitely a difference in the two. And I always move with intention, so I would definitely say it's intentional. But I would say within the
Shout out Solange.
go,
Do nothing with that.
Right.
There's just a lot of beauty and thought that can go into just solitude. And
Come on, girl. Come
I just personally feel like I've been blessed with the opportunity to, again, become self-knowing. And so being able to do that, I've been able to just constantly like find that creativity and then find that intention
That's good.
within that.
Yeah.
And it's not perfect at all. Like you said, it's
But
a
that's the
constant
beauty of it.
refine, like constantly refining it, constantly like trying to figure out what feels good to me and not trying to like get over consumed by like the labels.
Right.
Nice.
Cause ultimately like we're all human
Facts.
and like we're constantly evolving.
So,
Absolutely.
okay, I mean, to simplify it, so you would just call yourself an artist.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Boom. Okay.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
And
good.
I agree that the same about you guys. Like
Aw,
you guys are
appreciate it.
Thank
thank you.
Ooh, I like that word.
I'm telling you, she's
She be
throwing
on with the
out
words today. What's the other word?
I do a little reading.
What's
I read.
What's this? What are we doing here?
Iridescent.
Iridescent. Yo, shit. What's the word we were modeling earlier today? You said
pensive.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
I read a couple books. I do a little
I'm gonna have
reading.
to write that down. Man.
She's dropping bombs, y'all.
Sheesh. That's crazy. But you were mentioning early COVID. So my question is, it's been 4 years since we recorded. We've been in this pandemic for like 2-ish, something like that, years. Some people think it's over, but it's not. I guess my question is, how has COVID impacted you as a person? And then also, how has it impacted you as an artist and art making? How has COVID impacted that process?
I think they're synonymous. I think you can't separate them.
Okay.
I think you can't separate.
Do say more.
I was gonna say, please dive. I want to know, like, dive into that. Like, let's unpack that.
As a true artist, I don't think you could separate the artist from the person or the person from the artist. My dark moments come out in my photography and my writing, and my beauty comes out in my writing and my photography.
Right.
I mean, if you try to separate those two things, I think that's when it becomes mechanical and forced. And I think people can see it. People can see when your work as a creator is forced. And that's the thing that I never want to be like that. I never want to be around work or view work that's not organic and authentic. This pandemic, for me, it took me to some very dark places. It's like you're at home by yourself, or you're in a space by yourself continually. Right. And you're having to think. And I like my solitude, but sometimes a break in it is nice. And sometimes COVID didn't offer that to people.
That's right.
It didn't offer that to people. And you really had to come face to face with your demons. They came for you. And either they won or you learned how to manage them jokers. So I think my writing got better. My thoughts got clearer.
Book coming?
Right.
I've been pushing George to get this book and stop playing.
I'm here for it.
Me too. Me too. I just putting the thoughts together, and it brought me an enormous amount of clarity eventually. But there was a crash and burn moment. I didn't manage it well. I didn't manage it well at first. And like I was talking to you both earlier, there are parts of myself, I just didn't like myself. And I had to discover why I didn't like myself, and then discover why I did like myself. But to separate the person from the artist, that's fake. That's phony. They're synonymous with each other. I think they walk hand in hand. Does that make sense though?
Oh, yeah.
No, that makes complete sense.
I might push back on the part of the artists, the artist
please.
being like them being one.
Yes.
I don't know where I'm going with that, but I think there can be. I think some people can separate. I think maybe from a other perspective, not from like the creative perspective, but maybe from like the outside perspective of looking in of like, well, maybe I can separate what they created with who they are or what they do, or, other things that may not be necessarily associated with their art or whatever they're creating. But,
I think that can happen. But for me, I've always been attracted to the artists that I guess they live it.
Example?
Marvin Gaye. Actually, we're recording on the anniversary of his death today. Oh, wow. When I read his biography, he said something so deep. There's a book, not a book, there's an album. He always wanted to be a jazz artist. He wanted to be like Frank Sinatra. That's what he wanted to start out.
Did not know that.
He didn't want to do R&B.
Teach him.
Yep. He wanted to be, as he wrote in his book, he wanted to be a crooner.
What in the world?
A crooner. He wanted to put on a bow tie and sing in Vegas at like a lounge and stuff. And he started to record, I wish I could think of the album off the top of my head, but his a jazz album, he started to record it and he stopped it. And he said, the reason I didn't finish the album, or why it's taken me so long to finish it, is because I haven't suffered enough. hit me like that's
very interesting.
Bricks.
Because I remember, actually, one of my favorite artists, his name is Swoop. He's a rapper.
Yes.
And he talked about, I think he was talking about somebody else saying this specific thing, but it was basically along the lines of like, you have to like live to be able to kind of like create.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So this is why we have, artists that, you won't see for a couple of years and then they come out with a body of work, whatever it is, whether it be music or whatever it is. Because that living portion usually informs your art, you know what I'm saying? Or it's part of what comes out or what is the fruit of the art that you kind of make. So, people that, dropping albums every year, I mean, that's one thing, but like
it's mechanical.
You can tell how people are living, when they're, of course we're talking about music specifically, but like the nature of what they're talking about because they've spent this much time away from, reality or life or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and just so everybody knows, the name of the album is Vulnerable. It's only got 10 songs on it, and the songs aren't even complete because he never finished the album. But he said he had not suffered enough to really sing the songs the way he heard other jazz musicians sing them. And he referenced Billie Holiday. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. Is that in a documentary?
No, it's in his book.
In his book. Okay. I might need to read that.
Yes.
Right.
I like Marvin Gaye. I'm a fan.
Yes.
But back to, so when you were talking about, separating the artist from the art, I was kind of playing devil's advocate with that part. But I believe there, to a certain point. But it's interesting because I was thinking about, I was part of this mentorship last year with a photographer from Chicago. And when he was like giving the description, like he was like introducing his audience to, to me, yada, yada, yada. He was kind of describing my images. When I posted on Facebook, somebody was like, "That's you." And I was like,
wow.
What you mean? But I was like, oh, okay. Wow. So you're saying like the description of how he's describing my work, because you obviously this person I've spent I think all 4 years in college with, in terms of Bible study and things of that nature. So they know me. So they was like, yeah, that's you. So it was like, okay, my art was reflection of who I am as a person, which I think makes sense, especially if you're being authentic to who you are. But I think that was a fascinating point. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, it's always interesting to like hear people's perspective on who you are.
Right.
Especially if you've never met that person, like a complete stranger, just like, hey,
right. Yeah.
So how do you feel like COVID has impacted you, like from a creative standpoint? Because that's the question, right?
Yeah, for sure. So when COVID, for me, I mean, from a business standpoint of being someone that is full-time photography, like that mug was wild because I'm like, so one, I lose like 7-8K.
Instant.
In income, just from like cancellations, people postpone their events or their weddings or whatever it is.
Right. Unexpectedly.
Right. So I'm just like, how we gonna make it?
What I mean? What we gonna do?
Right. What we gonna do? So for me, in the standpoint, it was like, okay, I got to depend on other people because somebody like me, I've been independent pretty much since my last year of high school. Because my family, we moved back to Liberia in 06. I was there for 3 years. I came back my last year of high school, and pretty much since then I've been here. So my parents are still in Liberia. So I'm like, of course I've had a church family and those type of things, community and things of that nature. But in terms of like responsibility for myself,
right, I
am responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. So just in terms of like depending on people, to be able to be like, yo, I might need some money.
Right.
If these grants don't come in, there's unemployment, whatever it is. So that was definitely an interesting point of having to kind of depend on people.
Yeah, because you're going from like completely being independent and then unexpectedly having to just shoot a shot in the dark and like hopefully depend on people that
absolutely. So I mean, I'm like, so one of my roommates bought a piece of bought a print to support me. I think a friend of mine had me like do some like managerial stuff, to kind of pay me for that. So things like that, So one, it was beautiful to see how my community was like there for me, but also like kind of having to let go and be like, look, we gotta make this happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So I think from a personal standpoint and a business standpoint, that was definitely an interesting. And I think creatively, I don't know if I would say there's been a hit per se, because I think I did create a couple images that I really like to this day. Like I have an image called Walls, which is like one of my favorite pictures that I've done, and that was just something that we just did.
Yeah,
it was like, hey man, let's go shoot. You want to be in the modeling, yada yada yada. And that was one of the images that kind of came out of that session. So yeah, I think one thing is I wrote more. And that was something that's always been on the back burner in terms of writing, because you run a business and all those kind of things that you kind of have to do.
Right.
So I would definitely say like I have written way more since the pandemic has began than I probably ever have. Wow. And that's just like, so I wrote, like writing blogs, writing poetry, just writing in general, for like business things and, pitching for different competitions or whatever it is. So I definitely have tapped in more into that side, which I think has been good, because that's something that's been like neglected.
Yeah.
I would say. So
that's amazing. That's good.
It is.
Making time for things that you didn't have time for.
Absolutely.
It's snowing outside.
I mean, what about you?
Yeah, as far as the pandemic, man, it's just crazy that we are like, I say this to so many people, but like we really are like, we lived through it. Well, like we still are, but to survive a pandemic, that's just nuts. But, so I have like a normal job outside of creativity, and I mean, I feel like everyone who was working like a normal job, I mean, we're all on edge. Like, are we going to lose our job? Are we going to keep our job?
Right.
So that alone, I feel like just added to like normal anxiety. But creatively, I had some of the best experiences during like the first year of the pandemic. Wow. I was blessed with some of the biggest projects I've ever worked on.
Nice.
Like working with Levi, modeling for Levi's.
Yeah.
The 2 murals that I did for the city, that was incredible.
Forgot about. Yeah.
And like pre-pandemic, I've always been kind of like, I don't want to throw out words and labels, but like a little bit of an introvert. And so, okay, Mick Judger, Mick Judgy. No, but I like to lay low, and like I feel like
that's real.
The pandemic allowed me both creatively and personally, again, to kind of find the romanticism within my life.
I like how you say that. I like that.
I've always kind of, the tenderness inside of me has always been leaning towards that.
Right.
But I really feel like I've been able to refine that. And so I feel like creatively, I mean, it was a big W for me.
That's good.
And I'm blessed to even say that.
That's good.
So, yeah, I feel like 2021 was kind of like 2020 when the pandemic first started. Creatively, I was up. Like everything was up from there. And then 2021 turned into kind of like a moment for me to absorb all those W's. And so I feel like this year I'm really just kind of like almost reflecting. So it's like execution, absorption, reflection.
Will you talk that talk, girl? Come on.
Say that one more time.
Execution, absorption, and reflection.
Man, that's good. I hope y'all listening
so
to her.
It was the pandemic was definitely hard for a lot of people, and I'm just blessed that I had the opportunities that I did. Honestly, still here, still pushing through. So here we are.
That's crazy.
Podcast back.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, current day. We 2022. What was it? 2020.
It's 22.
That's crazy. So I want to do some quick hits on a couple of things that have happened recently in our
a little publicity,
whatever you want to call it. So one, Mr. Will Smith was out here slapping people at the Emmys.
Yeah.
And there's been so many takes. I don't even know how many takes there's been, because I was like, I got stuff to do, so I wasn't even on social media like that to hear everybody's opinions. So I just want to give a I guess do some like quick hits, quick thoughts about what y'all think about the situation. I have a couple of questions, but yeah. George,
I'll go first.
I know you got some. Because you was on the book.
I was
on the
definitely
Facebook.
commenting out there. I was definitely commenting on social media.
Were you?
I was.
Were you trolling?
Yes. Well, no, I wasn't trolling. People were trolling me.
I agree.
What?
People were trolling me. And that's okay. That's okay. Because my initial thought was, my man had something, he felt he needed to smack my man, he handled his business. But then, I think that was the knee-jerk reaction on my behalf and the knee-jerk reaction on behalf of a lot of people. And after processing this thing and digesting it, I think we can all agree it was not a good thing for him to hit another man. It was not
especially
good.
on live television.
Right, on live television. Especially another man of color. It was not a good thing. And then as you unpack why he did it, there's some trauma there. There's some unresolved trauma. Probably in the, no, not probably. There is in the marriage. And there's some trauma in his own life. And unfortunately, wrong time, wrong place, wrong joke, and the wrong person caught the brunt of this. My hope at the end of the day is that everyone heals from it. I'll just put it out there. I'm not going to beat up and talk about any black man, or a brown man. I'm just not going to do that. That's not how I get down.
Right.
But I'm not going to co-sign foolishness either. And he should not have put his hands on this other man. But understanding why he did it and condoning it are two different things. I understand it, but I don't condone the behavior.
That's well said. That was well said.
You even gotta say so quick. Two things. One,
Yes.
I think we were talking about this a couple of days ago. I mean, he did what he felt like he needed to do.
Yes.
That is what it is. I am curious to know how many couples are having a conversation, or because of this are having a conversation about like, if something like this would happen to me in public,
what would you do?
Would you defend me physically? Would you want me to defend you physically? Yada yada yada.
No, and I feel like that's been like half of some of the reaction that I've seen personally. It's just been like people sharing it and be like, yeah, he did what he had to do for his marriage. And then there's other people that was like, this was so stupid, like on all levels.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, what do you think?
Well, me
Sophie? 'Cause
personally,
we know you gotta.
so 1000%, I echo everything that George has to say. Cause I mean, ultimately condoning that type of behavior is just wild.
Yeah.
Like, however,
Come on.
let's not act like people who say things that are off the wall shouldn't get smacked.
I mean,
Talk.
That's
So.
just what it is. Like when you're living a real life and you're saying real things,
Yes.
you get real pain or you suffer,
definitely a possibility.
or real emotions go into
And
that.
that shouldn't be. It
That
shouldn't
did
be
it have to happen at the Oscars?
Right.
I don't think so.
Right.
But it did, and it was live,
Yes.
and America watched it.
Yes.
Now I do want to also just touch on the fact that Denzel Washington and Will in his acceptance speech mentioned that Denzel basically told him, pushed him to the side and was just like, the devil is going to be you at your highest. Like he's going to be trying to come for you. And that resonated with me because my dad told me that a few years ago.
Word. That's what's
And
up.
I just feel like that is just so true because one, Will didn't know that he was going to be accepting this Oscar later in the night.
I mean, he hoped probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But he also didn't know that he was going to have to smack Chris Rock
Exactly.
on live television. So it's just I feel like what he said was really powerful.
Absolutely.
So
the devil will come for you at your highest point.
he really will. You just got to have that discernment and be able to control.
Yes.
You ready?
That's the power of temptation too. Cause it's just man,
Yes.
he really got up, walked over there, smacked him and then walked back. And it was just
And then there was some obscenities at him as well too. It's like, ooh.
So,
But you know what? Somebody said, it's everybody's like, well, it was barely a joke. It was a light joke. We never know what breaks the table. We don't know what weight will break the table.
Right.
And
To us, it was
exactly.
But
And like I
obviously-
said, like don't just be like don't talk about things and then
Right.
act like you can't get smacked over it.
I'm rolling
Seriously,
with
right, and I'll
Sophie.
be
It's like-
surprised by
Talk that
the
talk.
Just
the
on an everyday
repercussions,
basis,
Word.
like
that might
That's
happen
it.
from the.
you're
That's
not
it.
for you to be this shocked about a smack. Like
That's true. That's true.
I'm not saying
mean,
it was
people
right.
have-
like I said, I'm not condoning it.
Right. But I understand it.
But
there-
something
yeah.
went over him to do something like that.
Well, and the
If
thing-
we want to unpack it, we can be therapists all we want. Of
True.
course, there's definitely trauma. We all have trauma in different ways, and how we deal with those things. I feel like the devil was just coming at him that night.
Right.
Caught him in the wrong light.
Well, and
what it was.
The wrong
let's
time.
be real. Let's be real. We've seen people get smacked for less.
And we've
Oh.
seen people get shot for less too.
Absolutely.
People have probably died
We've
for
seen
less,
people
so.
get smacked for less. So let's not act like we're gonna. Let's not be shocked here.
Let's not condone it, but let's
Exactly.
also just like take it for what it was.
There you go.
He
There
got
you go.
smacked.
I'm
It is
not cool. I'm glad that he has a tribe of people around him because immediately Denzel, along with Tyler Perry, pulled him to the side. Hey man, hey, you know.
And like you said, we're hoping for healing from that
Absolutely.
because that was a moment and
Absolutely.
that was painful
Absolutely.
for a lot of us.
For everybody, yeah.
So to wrap up,
To wrap up the light conversation.
right. So I want to ask one question: what are you guys excited for this year?
Just more personal growth.
I think
Anything
that's
specific?
good. For me, it's about rediscovering who I am. You know, you guys know me well, and I've always talked about my issues and my depression and stuff like that. And it, you know, that will take you to dark places, and it will take you to unfamiliar places. Coming out of it and being honest with myself and managing what I'm dealing with has allowed me to see myself again, see people again, see the beauty of life again. And I'm excited about it. Like me and you, Sophie, were talking about me going to a cabin.
Yeah.
You know, we'll go camping by myself.
Or are you taking that trip?
Exactly.
Like,
a day
like
trip to
cruise.
Chicago. Yeah, cruise. Yeah,
Cruise
yeah.
situation.
You know, just rediscovering
I gotta go
those
on
things
that.
and the beauties of life. I'm totally excited about that. So.
That's amazing.
That's dope.
You're excited for more experiences.
Yes.
Yeah, personal growth. I'm also excited for new friendships because I've actually been in a really good space to receive people,
That's good.
and
Man, that's good.
which is something I feel like I've been working on.
Right.
And I've just been meeting a lot of good people, and I haven't always had that. And I'm just extremely grateful for that. So I want to continue to grow on that, both personally and just friendship wise.
I mean, I think it's interesting you said space because you know, capacity is one of the words we have a lot in our house that we
Yes.
talk about.
Yep.
But yeah, like having that capacity to be like, yeah, I can welcome another person in my
Yeah.
life. You know, kind of
That's
thing.
good. I really like that. Man, I really like that.
Yeah.
How about you?
For me, one, this podcast. Long
Yeah.
time coming. So, you know, I'm excited for like, you know, us doing this consistency. You know, we'll definitely will be doing this at least once a month.
Yes.
So I'm excited for that. And then just opportunities that I have that are, you know, going on, projects that I'm working on currently. As a, you know, creative photographer and things of that nature.
Yes,
so
sir.
excited to see what happens. Yeah, man.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Excitement.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, to wrap up, you know, we got to give a little couple shout outs
Please.
again.
Please.
You know, first of all, to GR MiFi and Grandstand Pictures for allowing us in their space.
Yes.
If you don't know, you need to know.
Tap in, y'all, for real.
About to know.
Please
Resource in
tap
Grand
in.
Rapids, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Also to our producer, Mr. Dave Benoit.
Yes.
Hold on. What's your handle?
Mad
man?
Ethnic Film, right?
Mad Ethnic
Yeah.
Films.
I love that.
Mad
That's hot.
Ethnic.
I like that.
MADETHNIC.
Yes.
Film
Check him out.
on
Check him
IG.
out.
And then we got Mary Party on the flicks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
She killed our promo shoot earlier, and
Man.
she's out here
Crazy.
going behind the scenes. We'll have all the, what do they call, the handles in the
Yes.
description. And then, you know, we got my boy George.
Yes. The Art Life Project.
Art Light Project on IG.
Yes.
Visionary Go.
Yes.
Tender.
Sophie at SOMDBHO.
I always
talking.
get the DB messed up.
It's cool. It's cool.
Literally.
That's what I'm here for.
And then, Alfield Reeves, at Alfield Reeves Photography, ALFIELD REEVES.
Ooh.
IG.com, you know what I'm saying? You know where to find me. And then, of course, the GOATS podcast, The GOATS POD.
Please follow
on IG. Follow us. Stay tuned for all the pictures and stuff to come, man. I'm excited.
Hey, make sure that you tap in with Grandstand Pictures, GR MyFi, my OG Victor Williams, along with my OG Rodney Brown. They are creating something organic, natural, and for us down here. You do not want to miss out.
We appreciate you.
Hey, get y'all
My
a
pleasure.
creative community of people because you won't
Facts.
lose. You will never lose if you got some creative people around you.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
let's go.
Yeah, man. Until next time. Peace out.
Indeed.